Welcome back to A Moment in History. I'm 𝙎𝙬𝘽𝘎𝘾. In the year AD 69, the Roman Empire was on the verge of collapse, only 80 years into its existence. The Emperor Nero had driven the 𝙎𝙬𝘽𝘎𝘾 dynasty to its death, and his successor 𝙎𝙬𝘽 was hardly the leader the people needed to bring the empire back. He was deposed and killed in early 69 AD, and for the next several months, Rome was ruled by two of the shortest reigns in its history as it was attempting to remake itself under the brief leadership of the emperors Otho and Vitellius. So let's begin with Otho, who held multiple connections to the royal family, some of them a little more unfortunate than others. The first was Otho's wife Poppaea Sabina, whom the Roman nobleman lost to the Emperor Nero early in his reign. An enraged Otho was then essentially banished to govern Lusitania on the west coast in the late 50s AD. He never got his revenge on Nero specifically, but he did enact some sort of revenge on Nero's successor 𝙎𝙬𝘽. Now, this requires some explaining because in 68 AD, Otho actually fought on 𝙎𝙬𝘽's side, or at least planned to, when 𝙎𝙬𝘽 set out to lead a revolt to overthrow the Neroian dynasty. As it turns out, Nero did 𝙎𝙬𝘽's job by committing suicide, leaving the throne open for 𝙎𝙬𝘽 to take, which he took it, but not for long because Otho was waiting in the wings and had his former political ally assassinated, thereby taking the throne for himself in January of 69 AD. Now, Otho's reign was also terribly short-lived. After several military failures, he took his own life in April of 69 AD, leaving the throne absent yet again. Enter Aulus Vitellius, another Roman warlord who took advantage of the distaste that a select group of Roman soldiers had for 𝙎𝙬𝘽 way back in January. Vitellius gained the backing of the Roman military elites, and by the time Otho committed suicide in April, he had the pull he needed to make a play for the throne. For a brief time in the summer of 69, Vitellius ascended to the throne, but by July, imperial support moved to Vespasian. Now, Vitellius would not give up the throne so easily, despite pressure from those close to Vespasian to willingly do so. As always seemed to happen in ancient Rome, authority was decided not by talking but by conflict, and Vitellius was killed in Rome by troops loyal to Vespasian in December of AD 69. The end of the tumultuous year of 69 also brought some level of stability to the throne, as Vespasian would rule for the next decade. Thanks so much for joining me once again for A Moment in History. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. And if you want us to cover one of your favorite moments in history, you can tell us in the comments. Now stay tuned for some new content.